I went on to Amazon Prime. I was like, you know what, let me see if there are any documentaries on Yahweh. So went in the search bar, typed in Yahweh, that came up. Went out and shared it on my platform. That was my night. In terms of the backlash or what people call it, we're in 2022. History is not supposed to be hidden from anybody. And I'm not a divisive person when it comes to religion. I embrace all walks of life. You see it on all my platforms. I talk to all races, all cultures, all religions. And my response would be, it's not about educating yourself on what Semitism is and what anti-Semitism is. It's really about learning the root words of where these come from and understanding that this is an African heritage that is also belonging to the people. Africa is in it, whether we want to dismiss it or not. So the claims of anti-Semitism and who are the original chosen people of God, and we go into these religious conversations and it's a big no-no. I don't live my way like that. I don't live my life that way. Excuse me, I grew up in a melting pot, and I say a melting pot of all races, white, black, red, yellow, Jewish, Christian, Muslim, and you can see the way I live my life now. I'm not here to be divisive, so they could push their agenda. I don't want to say they, because I'm not identifying any one group or race of people, but I'm in a unique position to have a level of influence on my community, and what I post does not mean that I support everything that's being said or everything that's being done, or I'm campaigning for anything. All I do is post things for my people in my community and those that it's actually going to impact. Anybody else that has criticism, it obviously wasn't meant for them.
Hopefully I'm understanding what you said, and I want to make sure I get it right because I don't want to misquote anything.
I don't expect understanding from a media conglomerate group that just sincerely talks about the game of basketball, and then we bring up religion as if it's correlative at times when it's convenient for people to bring it up. So please just be direct with your question so we can move on from this and I can talk about the game and go home to my son Elohim and my wife Marlene, okay?
Am I to take it that this was, what you shared was not something that you've even watched? This was, you did watch it, or either watch it or read it.
I had a lot of time last year to read a lot. Read a whole bunch. Good and bad about the truth of our world.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that that work had anti-Semitic leanings in it? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
we're in 2022. It's on Amazon, a public platform. Whether you want to go watch it or not is up to you. There's things being posted every day. I'm no different than the next human being, so don't treat me any different. You guys come in here and make up this powerful influence I have over top of the adultery of, oh, you cannot post that. Why not? Why not?
Keep it up right here. Crazy. I still don't know what he's saying.
I don't hear an uproar on that. I'm not here to be divisive on what's going on this or that. I'm not comparing Jews to blacks. I'm not comparing white to black. I'm not doing that. That conversation is dismissive, and it constantly revolves around the rhetoric of who are the chosen people of God. And I'm not here to argue over a person or a culture or religion on what they believe. No, this is what is here. It's on a public platform. Did I do anything illegal?
What did he say?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did I do anything illegal? Did I hurt anybody? Did I harm anybody? Am I going out and saying that I hate one specific group of people? So out of all the judgment that people got from me posting, I just, without talking to me, and then I respect what Joe said, but there has a lot to do with the not ego or pride of how proud I am to be an African heritage, but also to be living as a free black man here in America, knowing the historical complexities for me to get here. So I'm not going to stand down on anything that I believe in. I'm only going to get stronger because I'm not alone. I have a whole army around me.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said?
That was a few weeks ago. I do not stand with Alex Jones' position, narrative, court case that he had with Sandy Hook, or any of the kids that felt like they had to relive trauma, or parents that had to relive trauma, or to be dismissive to all the lives that were lost during that tragic event. My post was a post from Alex Jones that he did in the early 90s or late 90s about secret societies in America of occults, and it's true. So I wasn't identifying with anything of being a campaignist for Alex Jones or anything. I was just there to post. And it's funny, And it's actually hilarious because out of all the things I posted that day, that was the one post that everyone chose to see. It just goes back to the way our world is and works. I'm not here to complain about it. I just exist.
And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book,
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me doing, do you see me
By
in front of
putting it out there,
the
people
title?
are going to say that you are
Yeah, I put it out
promoting
there just like you put things out there, right?
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not
You put
stuff,
things out there for a living, right?
Right, but my stuff
Great,
is
so
not
let's move on.
filled
Let's
with
move on.
anti-Semitic
Let's
stuff.
move on. Don't dehumanize me up here.
I'm not doing that.
Another
You're
human
free to
being.
post
I can post whatever I want, so say that and shut it down and move on to the next question.
But Kyrie, you have to understand that by
I don't have to understand anything from you.
It's not me.
Nothing.
By
It's no
posting
people that
what
you're
you
making up,
did,
bro. Move on.
But by posting
Move
what
on.
you
Next
did,
question. Next
anybody
question. Do
is
you
going
guys
to
have
look
any more
at
questions
it
for
and they're
me?
going to say,
You guys have any more
does he have
questions? Because this is going to be a
anti-Semitic
clip. This is going to be a clip that he's going to marvel at. Is this any more questions?
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, this is another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we can be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie basketball.
Anyway, what'd you think, God?
Well, I mean, I said we kind of far as getting this out together because there's been a lot of stuff that's happened since that clip and stuff. So many layers to it, and I at this point I don't really want to regurgitate a lot of stuff that a lot of our that's just bringing certain things to light. But it's obvious it's taking place. That the media people are not addressing the situation. It's like they found like a glitch in that whole thing, and and they decided to attack that glitch in it and stuff. So and they stir the focus off of. They tried to steer the focus off of the content inside of the information that was brought out, and not even displaying that everybody. I mean, isn't this America where the freedom of information is supposed to be prevalent, whether you agree or disagree? Don't we have the right to stand in front of each other and say, "Hey, you know what? I don't agree with you, but I respect what you believe. You have every right to believe that nonsense that you believe." You know what I'm saying?
Satanism, Church of Satanism.
Yeah, all that stuff.
You see, they're doing reverse baptisms.
Reverse
Baptisms now.
How do you do a reverse?
They do. Hey, I don't know how you do a reverse baptism. They're doing reverse baptism right now, and I'll look it up and state cities.
Wow. Well, I mean, and still, whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, people. I thought people had the right.
You would think those people that are doing stuff like that would have people protesting to get those people fired that are partaking in reverse baptism in a country that's supposed to be based on Christianity, that's supposed to be based on in God we trust and stuff like that on their their fake money that they have, but you allow reverse baptism and you still don't come after those people.
Right, and it's just like I said, it's a bunch of but this place is so hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? And then and you put our people, Hebrews, so-called Negroes, as if we are the beacon that caused the discord in this country.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we have the power to run around and be divisive when we've been the victims of all of this the whole time we've been here and stuff. So you want to put us at the face of anything, and all the brother did was post something on his link. So that's crazy in itself. And I have some choice, thoughts about our brothers in that celebrity world. On how to deal with that.
That's definitely I would say it's a maze made out of the thickest thorns to try to get through. You know what I mean? You You might be able to work your way through, but you're gonna get pricked a lot all the way through that maze. Because for brothers like us that understand the bigger picture, it's a lot easier for us to move through. But when we try to help, like you say, help our people get through that maze,
And see.
they're gonna constantly be reaching out for those berries or in those thorns. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Constantly, because that's what we grew up in. And if you haven't gone through this filtration system, because this filtration system of getting away from this world is, at one point, it's lonely because you got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for yourself, and then you do it with your brethren and your sisters, you know what I mean, that are around you, that are in the truth, and then you do it all together again, you know what I mean, and then it's a constant filtration through the system as a whole, you know what I mean, and it's a constant filtration with all of us filtering through each other as well, you know what I mean, and it's not an easy process, but it's definitely doable. You know what I mean? It's definitely doable. And getting away from this system for us, they're not gonna lose millions. We're not even losing any money. I put plenty of videos out that are worse than what Kyrie posted. He just posted a link. I put plenty of videos out way worse than that. I haven't lost my job. I haven't lost my Instagram. I don't really use Twitter anymore. You know what I mean? I don't remember the last time I even used it, but you know what I mean, stuff like that. I'm not, you know what I mean, of that influence, but to have, you know what I mean, like that kind of influence and lose a certain amount of money, it's like, man, you gotta be put that is getting put out there to let you know, you know what I mean. He said he called himself a martyr during the time of the vaccines. I watched a couple of interviews about that. You know what I mean? He actually said, you know what I mean, that's the life of a martyr. You know what I mean? According to what he went through with the vaccines and stuff like that. He's considering himself a martyr for certain people, not just, you know, Israel as a whole. You know what I mean? And then we'll talk about it in a lesson. This is just a prelude to the probably 2, most likely 3, maybe 4-part lesson on the stuff that's coming out right now because it's really important. But this is just a prelude to that, just to talk about, you know, firsthand thoughts on everything that went down. I kind of want. I mean, I'm glad we waited just to see everything that went down from the initial interview. You know what I mean, post game interview that he did with the press on, you know, the post that he made to you know, the next post that he made after that, you know what I mean, dealing with what he said and just, you know, him taking accountability, and then everybody blasting him on just taking accountability but not apologizing or taking the post down, and then them coming at him again because he didn't take the post down, and then he comes back and do it was a post um, after practice. You know what I mean? They said that they're gonna make him available for press anymore. After practice, they hit him up. He says, you know, he says what he says. I'm not gonna play it on this video. You know what I mean? You'll play it in the next video, in the next study. But he said, you know what I mean? Ultimately, I can't be anti-Semitic because I know where I come from. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't answer the question. It's like, he answered the question. Just because you don't understand it and you want him to say something specifically, you know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. I can't, he said it multiple times. I can't be anti-Semitic because I know where I come from.
I don't think it's the point of getting support.
Yeah, they want you to say it.
They're trying to steer you into answering a certain kind of way. It's not about
Yeah.
stuff. So, you know, I just want to.
Yeah, they want you to say it. You know what I mean? Just like when the commissioner came out and said, you know what I mean? We don't accept that apology. We want him to say it in a certain kind of way. That's basically what he said in his post or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we need him to say it a certain kind of way.
Yeah, and it's bigger than Kyrie and others is involved because it's just this one is to send a message to us, you know, that's waking up because what they're trying to do, you know, I know we're getting into it more when we go into the scriptures. They want to stop the voice of Judah, but see that also what you're not seeing, man, this is like high level hypocrisy because okay, now I mean we can go so-called Negroes, so-called African Americans. We can have a long laundry and list of things that we can use as a parallel that now, mind you, this man just posted a video on his site, and I'm gonna talk about that posting in moving forward. But mind, look what happened to us niggas. Just this one event. Well, one event. We got stripped of our name. We got stripped of our heritage. Our people was brutalized, raped, robbed, murdered. They was throwing our people overboard along the way for trying to collect insurance policy for the death of the 6 slaves that they called sick based on how they packed us in coming over. Mm-hmm. And they sodomized men. They've done all these things as they were changing our identity to something that is not us. So anytime you call us black, Negro, or the other N word, or African American, that could be considered offensive to us because
colored, Afro,
yes, and you do
American,
yes. So now, how can you dare stand before our people and talk about a posting on a video that speaks about our people? You know what I'm saying? And call yourself a victim when you are the embodiment of our victimization that still goes on today. Anytime they say African American, you are re-victimizing all that tragedy and trauma that our people went through back then, and which we're still suffering today. So how dare you stand before us like that? Now, mind you, that's hypocrisy. Christ is going to deal with hypocrisy. And if you are anybody that's in agreement with that, you think you have the right to persecute a man for posting something on his page and made no comment about it, just posted it. And then on the flip side, anytime we get called African American, oh, well, that's okay. That was a long time ago. And you try to throw it, that's your hypocrisy. And you will, just trust me, if you don't repent, you will deal with it. And there's another thing that I want to say concerning these celebrities. And I know the Lord, the Most High, is doing His will through these celebrities, whether they got good intentions or not. So it's not for me to evaluate your intentions. The Most High's work is going to be done. To spark, that awakening in some of the people that sleep, that's in idolatry. And what I say by idolatry, because hearing it from a celebrity who's not bringing forth any edification, but they just blurt it out, and then all of a sudden everybody's interested. Oh, what do you say, bro? Didn't we having us cats, normal cats, around, been saying the same thing with clear education and stuff? But all of a sudden this brother just blurts something out, and all of a sudden you want to follow it. Okay, whatever. So anyway. And that's obviously you celebrities are not equipped to fight the long haul. You're not equipped to do that, obviously, spiritually and stuff, because you're trying to hold on to what you got and then try to be conscious at the same time, which is a bad mix, especially if you don't know what you're doing, know how to do it. So this is for those celebrities that so happen to just all of a sudden the spirit just pokes them with a knife and they just say, "Where's your eyes?" You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, right? This is how you can stay in the safer zone. Okay, number one, this is for y'all, not for us, but this is for y'all because you guys don't hold the line long enough. If you're going to post something, not that anything that Kyrie did was wrong, but I'm just saying to hold the line, try to hold the line and hold everybody around accountable. Do not post anything about that these people that call themselves us, anything that they identify with, do not post anything with that in it. Okay, so we understand, and we know we're Jews. So don't go on your post and say that we are Jews.
Okay, African American, not the whole church.
Huh?
I'm just saying because because people because some of the things that I've been frustrated with this. I'm not going to talk on too long. I'm going to finish the call.
Right.
But the thing that I've been frustrated with is dealing with religion and people not understanding the fact it's not about religion.
Right.
First of all, it's not about religion. It's about identity theft.
Right.
First and foremost, that's what needs to be put on the table and dealt with first before anything else. Is that our identity and our heritage was stolen and replaced first and foremost. And Kyrie said, you know what I mean? He said religion a couple of times, but it's not about religion. Us being, you know what I mean, the so-called Negroes over here in America, in particular, are Jews, but that doesn't account for the other tribes. You know what I mean? And all we're trying to say is that there is an identity theft, period. You know what I mean? And that needs to be accounted for. You know what I mean? And then when it comes to who the Most High is in the Bible, because I've heard other people in the news media trying to make it seem like he didn't believe in the Bible, because they try to make it seem like that particular documentary movie did not believe in the Bible. They try to demonize the Bible. It's like, you obviously didn't watch it because he used plenty of scriptures to help bring his point across.
Right. And as we understand, none of it's about. That's just how these so-called how these guys work in the courtroom. It's not about truth. It's about to try to make my side look like they're right against you, and I make you look wrong, even if I think you're right and I believe you're right. But my job is to make you look like you're not right because you know what I'm saying, that's my job to do that.
That's crazy. I could never do that.
So getting back to what I was saying about these celebrities, not necessarily us everyday ordinary guys that's been walking in the spirit, but these celebrities, because you guys have, you know, the millions at your feet that's just hinging on anything that you say.
So-called
and I know there's a lot of celebrities out there that already understand who we are, and they just don't want to come out and say it because of the backlash. So now this is a suggestion. If you just so-called, you know, gonna so happen to do it. So don't call us what they identify with. So don't say, hey, blacks or Jews. Do not do that. Don't do that, because that gives them an avenue and a window to come at you and stuff, because that's what it's going to be about, whatever they can find to come at you. So the next thing, do not link your message to anything else, like a movie, a picture, a person. Don't say that, oh, you know, I heard this guy named Koal speak, and I think we're the Jews. No, don't do that, because it's going to now become about me and whatever they can find on me or the next man like me, and forget about what you said. Is focusing on me and how terrible a person I am, and how could you possibly listen to him and share me with the world. That's what it's going to be about. So don't wear no Hebrew garments. Don't talk
from a particular group.
From a particular group. Don't wear no. Don't say anything of the sort. Don't associate with anything. No pictures, no places that you've been, no experiences, people that you've talked to, people that you've heard speak. Nothing of the sort. That's not how you do it. How you do it? There's three things you can say. Two safer than one. Host. So-called African Americans are the Hebrews, and that's it.
I'll say Hebrew Israelites.
No, hold up. Yeah. That the so-called Negroes are the true Hebrews, or something in that vein. And that's it. Don't post nothing else. Don't say nothing else. Or you could say that the so-called Negroes are Israelites, the Israelites of the Bible, or some of the like, and nothing else. Or you could say that us so-called Negroes are from the tribe of Judah, and nothing else. Don't say anything else. Don't say what inspired you. Don't say nothing. Just leave it at that. Now, or you can run the three together. We're Hebrew Israelites from the tribe of Judah. You can run all three together, however you want to do that.
Descendants of Abraham, Isaac,
Yeah, something like that, but leave it there. Now, that puts them in a predicament because they're going, I see. You put that post on that you were the actual African Americans or Hebrew Israelites. So what brings you to that conclusion? See, now they're going to try to probe and prod at you, and you say, hey, the Holy Bible. That's it. Don't say you heard, you saw something online or nothing of the sort. So now where's that going to get them? Where is that going to lead them? They can't go nowhere with that.
Now they have to try to debunk the Bible.
Right.
Scriptures.
Right. And says, you really, yes, in the holy word of God. I read it for myself in the holy word of God that and when you read the Bible, it links and it identifies us as the Hebrew Israelites from the tribe of Judah. Period. And that's it. Now they have to deal with that actual thing. So there's only 1 or 2, 3 ways to go. If they keep needling you, they keep asking you, and they keep prompting and prodding you, just ask the question. Okay, you're asking me these questions. 1, are we the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible? See, ask them that question. They try to ask. No. See, you gotta ask the question. Answer my question. Are the so-called Negroes or African Americans Hebrew Israelites of the Bible? See, now there's only 4 ways they can go with that. Either they're gonna say yes. If they say yes, which is highly unlikely.
Yeah.
But if they do say
Most
yes,
unlikely.
then it'd be like, okay, so if you understand that we're the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, then why are we having this discussion? Why haven't you shared this with our people? Why do you have such a platform knowing that our people are out there lost in the valley of the dry bones, and you've said nothing, and you're waiting for a time to attack me to admit that we're the Hebrew Israelites? See, now you can flip that back on them. If they say yes, if they say no, then what do you say? Prove it. And not only prove that we're not the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, but prove who we are. If we're not the Israelites, then who are we? And bring the receipts. And if they say, I don't know, then you say, then how could you be qualified to interview me with such vigorous questions? You need to go study, because the Bible tells me avoid foolish and unlearned questions. And you're very unlearned trying to grill me about something you don't know. And then if they say, well, I don't have to answer that question, then you can tell them, well, until you answer my question, I won't answer yours. Give and take.
According to the scriptures.
Right. See, you covered all 4 bases. They have nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. And that keeps you in the safe zone. Now you've reached millions of people. And you can't, they cannot, because the Bible says refrain from all appearance of evil. So they try to make themselves not look evil. That's why they do it. When you say you link things to certain things, then they'll say, we're so victimized because you attached yourself to this book, and this book is so evil. So they're making themselves not look bad and so victimized. But if you just sit up there and post that we're the Hebrew Israelites, or
the scriptures. I believe the so-called African Americans in America, or the Hebrew Israelites, specifically the tribe of Judah, based on these scriptures. And just give a list of scriptures and leave it at that. Mm-hmm. Just to give a little bit more evidence. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, he's just saying that he didn't even read the Bible. He probably didn't even read the Bible. You know what I mean? And stuff
only
like
thing
that.
I would say about that, if you start posting scriptures, you better be ready to defend that position with the scripture.
But the only reason I say that is because if you're using your backing based on the scriptures, you might as well go ahead and put scriptures out there that gave you.
And that's no problem. There's no problem with that, but you got to know them scriptures because they're going. If somebody's going to come at you, they're going to try to fire and test you See if you know the scripture. So,
Oh, yeah.
so
I
that's
definitely
so that is
support
so that's my recommendations for any celebrities or anybody knows any celebrities out there moving forward, because now this is high level persecution, and it's not even about you guys, it's about us, the ones that are in the understanding in the know.
in the trench.
Yes, the ones that are really out there pushing out that word of the Most High. So
For years now.
yes, definitely for years and stuff. And then so I don't want to go too much further on that because it's just the introduction. So
yeah, I do want to play this video real quick just to kind of hammer it home, because it's not the first time something like this happened, and I think that our people have lost their way. We've been lulled to sleep. We've been whipped into changing our name from Kuta Kinte to Tobit, to the point where we don't recognize it anymore. We don't recognize the chains. We don't recognize the hypocrisy. And there's more people coming out that are actually taking a stand. Like I was listening today about just the music itself. Not to touch on Kanye, but he put it out there to let you know, like, in that interview, I think it was on Drink Champs, and he said, "I'm gonna say some anti-Semitic stuff right now." He said, "I'm gonna f your B, I'm gonna kill this nigga." You know what I mean? Like over and over again. That's real anti-Semitic. So they've been playing anti-Semitic and then promoting on the radios real anti-Semitic stuff, that are actually backed by the people that are calling anti-Semitic. So you have people that are not actually Semitic, but are a part of the line of Japhet, saying, if you say anything about our people, it's anti-Semitic. But if you say, I'm gonna kill this nigga, I'm gonna rob his chain, I'm gonna do this, that's all fine. But that's actually anti-Semitic. But we're gonna pay you millions of dollars to actually speak anti-Semitic. And if you say otherwise, then you're, you know what I mean? Like the Black Mirror flip on that thing is out of this world. It's crazy. You know what I mean? That's why people say truth is stranger than fiction. You know what I mean? But I do want to play this video. I don't know if brothers are really ready to face the fire like our ancestors did, because we're talking about money. We're talking about assets. You know what I mean? Things that you can preserve and put into place to where you're set for life. These brothers are set for life. You can't tell me Kanye was a billionaire and he's not set for life. Like all of a sudden he's gonna be homeless now. Like that's BS. Come on now. Same thing with Kyrie. You can't tell me he has all this money and all of a sudden he's gonna be homeless now. He can pay his house off, and I'm pretty sure he can at least pay the property taxes, you know what I mean, for the next, you know what I mean, generations of his lifetime. You know what I mean? Like, so we can't go there. I don't care about your upkeep of your lavish lifestyle. We're talking about our people. You know what I mean? And we're talking about our ancestors that gave their lives up, not just, you know what I mean, a couple $100,000 a year or whatever. You know what I mean? And if you got baby mamas out the yin yang like Nick Cannon, and you'll go back and apologize because you got to make sure you make your child support your child payments, your child support payments, because you got too many of them. That's on you. You know what I mean? But if you want to speak up, get your money in order before you speak up, and get your assets in order if you want to speak up for our people and be that stance. But we had brothers back then like Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? Before that, known as Cassius Clay, that was willing to go to jail. He had a sentence on him. These brothers are going to lose their position in society with their contracts and stuff like that. They hit him with 5 years. And he was like, "Nah, I ain't standing down." So I'm playing this video real quick, and then we're gonna cut it out, and then we're gonna go into the actual study on all this stuff. And like I said, it might be a 3-part. You know what I mean? Because this is definitely more important than just just the whole propaganda scheme and stuff like that. It's our truth that we've been speaking about for years. Me, it's only been 4 years or going on 5. For Q, for Kahal, it's been longer than that, and for brothers, it's been even longer than that. You know what I mean? So it's not just about what he's going through or Ye's going through and stuff like that, and other brothers that might be, you know what I mean, speaking their mind on their platforms and stuff like that, and then backtracking and going back into the shadows. It's about brothers that's been doing this work for years, even though we might not all agree on certain fine points, but one thing we do agree on is who the real people are. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then even still, there's little contentions even with that. But as far as the so-called blacks in America, you know what I mean? The ones that are also that got left behind in Africa, the ones that are in Haiti, in Jamaica, and some of the other coasts and stuff like that. Yeah, we're the people, and we agree on that. You know what I mean? And we ain't gonna back down from that. So I'm gonna play this video real quick, and we're gonna cut it out, and then we're gonna come back with the actual study.
At the induction ceremony, Ali refused to step forward when his name was called. A Navy lieutenant explained the penalty should he be found guilty of refusing induction: a $10,000 fine and up to 5 years in prison. Given another chance to step forward, Ali refused again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Muhammad Ali has just refused to be inducted into the United States Armed Forces.
The reaction was swift and severe. Within hours, the chairman of the New York State Athletic Commission denounced his conduct as detrimental to the interests of boxing, stripping him of his license to fight in New York. Almost every other boxing commission in the United States followed suit. The World Boxing Association took away Ali's title for a second time.
I'm asking you if you apologize for the unpatriotic remarks that you made.
I'm not apologizing for nothing like that because I don't have to. I'm just apologizing for what I said to the newspapers and to the press.
Mr. Clay, when you...
Muhammad Ali, sir.
Mr. Clay
Muhammad Ali,
or
sir.
Mr. Muhammad Ali, either
Yes,
one.
Just Muhammad Ali.
When you appeared before this commission before, if I recall correctly, you said you were the people's champion?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that you're acting like a people's champion?
Yes, sir.
Listen, Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this fact, Genesis 14 verse 13, Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was black. Abraham, born in the city of a black man, called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10,
still, when he came out with that, bro, we still snoring, bro.
Man.
It's like, oh, that's cool song. Yeah, man.
It's really going down. It's about to go down, down. Really going down. It's about to go down. We're the people. Shema. Israel. We're the people. Shema, Shema. Israel. We're the people. Shema. Israel. We're the people. Shema, Shema. Israel. We're the people. Shema. Israel. We're the people. Shema, Shema. Israel. We're the people. Shema. Israel. We're the people. Shema, Shema. Israel. We the people of the book. I stay humble, I ain't even boasting. I'm just here telling you facts. No more secret, it's gotta be spoken. We out here living a lie. 3/5, but they say that we equal. So put your hands up in the sky. Represent for the chosen people. Melanin, yeah, we got a lot of it. I can see the fear in them when they look at it. Lacking understanding, cause it's their nature. They don't fear God, but concerned about some glaciers. They always wanna justify, define themselves not guilty. Pride so puffed up high, living in iniquity. People. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Israel. Shema, Shema, Israel. We the people that they took. I stay humble, I will not be shaken. My people is starting to wake up. They mind scrambling me to shake up. They rewriting history, whitewashing images, forgery. It's all a conspiracy, crafted counsel from my enemies. They stole our identities, done away with our heritage. Had us working in the fields, broken, we can't get no settlement. So cruel, they took it too far on them people that resemble Kadar. Perpetually, they really hate us, but we quickly coming out of our haters. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema, Shema, Israel, we're the people. Shema.